Web app penetration testing. A web app penetration test is a type of ethical hacking engagement designed to assess architecture, configure of web application, and conduct to identify cybersecurity risks that could lead to unauthorized access or data exposure. Burpshoot. Burpshoot is one of the most popular penetration testing app, and it's a tool. It's often used for checking web application security. It is a proxy-based tool used to evaluate the security of web-based application, also hands-on testing. Burpshoot can be downloaded from their official website as a community edition where it is available for free of cost. Working on Burpshoot. There are three steps in Burpshoot. Step 1, setting up a proxy. We have two ways setting up a proxy. The first one is we can set up a proxy in a web browser like Chrome, Internet Explorer, or Mozilla Firefox. And second is Burp shoot as an inbuilt proxy browser. It's called Chromium. Step 2. Set up a project on Burp shoot, or we can use temporary project. This is the template view of a Burp shoot. Here we can see dashboard, target, proxy, intruder, and many other options are there. Check for the proxy in Burp shoot whether it is set and tick the checkbox. Step 4. Once proxy is set, open a browser, search a web page, for example gmail.com, YouTube, or any other web page. Once the web page is searched, the web page will not be loaded because it's not forward the request in Burpshoot. To forward a request, go to proxy and check that the intercept is on and click on forward request. Once the request is passed, the web page will automatically load it and viewed. Spidering. Spidering is a program that automatically retrieves web pages and follows the links to on them and retrieves more web pages. Spiders are also called as crawlers. They are used by search engines to retrieve publicly accessible web pages for indexing. They can also be used to check for links to web pages that no longer exist. The basic job of a web crawler is to visit different web pages and gather information. The information later updated back to the search engines. The web crawlers create a copy of page they have visited. When they return home, they update the pages into the index entries. This is done in order to give the latest search results. Brute force with Burpshoot. Brute force attacks is one of the famous cryptography attacks. Consist of an attacker submitting many passwords or passphrases, eventually guessing the combination correctly. The attacker systematically checks all the possible passwords until the correct one is found. There are several steps to do with Burpshoot for brute force attack. First, ensure that Burpshoot is correctly configured with your browser. In the Burp Proxy tab, ensure intercept is off and visit the login page of your application that you are testing in your browser. In the Proxy Intercept tab, ensure that intercept is on in your browser. Enter some random details into the login page and submit the request. The captured request can be viewed in the Proxy Intercept tab. Click on the request to bring up the contact menu, then click on Send to Intruder. Go to the Intruder Position tab. Clear the preset payload position by clicking the Clear button on the right of the request editor. Add the username and password parameters value as position by highlighting them and using the Add button change the attack to cluster bomb using the attack type drop down menu. Go to the Payloads tab. In the Payload settings, ensure payload set is 1 and payload type is set to simple list. In the payload option settings, enter some possible usernames. You can do this manually or use a custom preset payload list and change the payload to 2 and enter some possible passwords and click start button. the intruder attack window, you can sort the resulting using the column headers. The table now provides with some interesting results for further investigation. By checking on the length of the table, we can find the actual username and password. To confirm that the brute force has been successful, use the gather information username and password on a web application login page.